Hello, lovely community. I hope that you are all doing well. I'm here on my first day out in almost a week, taking a walk with the twins along the promenade. A few people have asked me, why have I not gone out? I'm in some kind of quarantine. The answer is no. But I do have four small children and a household to take care of and a lot of work to do. So between all of those, I just really haven't had the chance to get out much. And of course, the advice is to get out as little as is reasonable. And I think that's really, forgive the traffic noise in the background, but I think that's really the key phrase for a lot of things here. As much as reasonable or as little as reasonable. You see, the idea is that there's a lot that is being asked of us and there's a lot that will be asked of us. The figures are that most of these kinds of infections will affect something like 50 to 60% of the population until they kind of run out of social groups. And of course, with a disease of this nature, that's simply too high. We can't afford for 50 to 60% of the world, God forbid, to get sick with this. So we need to keep it at a much, much, much lower number. And for that, we need to close those social groups much, much more. The WHO, the World Health Organization, who was talking about social distancing, has now switched that to physical distancing. It means the same thing, but it's a way of framing it. That the idea is we shouldn't be far from one another socially, even though we have to be far from one another physically. Again, as much as is reasonable. For those who need to go out, even an example like today, a bit of fresh air, a bit of a walk, as long as we are being careful about all of the precautions that we should be taking, standing those 2 meters apart from one another, hand washing and so forth, not touching our faces. You can go out for those kinds of things when you are being reasonable. Of course, this is a funny illness in that it seems to affect those who are more senior in years far more than those younger. It's not exclusively, but it's much more and much more serious in effect. And so obviously the older a person is, the more this applies, the more precautions must be taken. If you're not yet doing online shopping, it's advisable to do online shopping rather than going to the shops. If that's not something that is realistic for you, then either ask one of us to help with that, either to do that shopping for you or to do the online ordering for you, because we are here for one another. And this is a long haul. This is something that potentially is going to go on for several months. We need to be prepared for that, and you need to know that we are here to help you however you need. So those are on some of the more practical or pragmatic ideas. And in terms of what we're doing as a community, yes, my boy?
There was a big noise of a car.
There was a big noise of a car. As a community, we are having our Shacharit, Mincha and Ma'ariv together over Zoom every day. We had a beautiful Kabbalat Shabbat together with over 100 people, Morasha and ex-Morasha from around the world, planning, please God, something similar this Friday. We're going to keep up that kind of daily contact. I'm reaching out with phone calls to many members of the community. If I haven't gotten to you yet, I do intend to get there. If you'd like me to get to you sooner, please reach out to me. You should all have my number. And if you don't, just email the Shul office for that or call the Shul office for that. And I think that's it. That's it for now. We've gotten through a lot, as I've mentioned. We're going to get through this as well, but we need to prepare for it properly, we need to live for it properly, and we need to take care of one another properly. So those are my thoughts on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you and speaking to you all soon, however we can do that. I wish you all a wonderful day.